What is going on, everybody? It is Alex coming back at you with another video, and today we are going to be doing our stock up, stock down, stock report for week 6 through 7. So until we get a second monitor, it's going to be a little bit wacky because unfortunately Windows doesn't work the same way Mac does. So it's a little bit more tough to be able to record. I do apologize for that. In case, I don't know how much of you guys take stock in the fact that you can't see Andre Carter or half of CJ Stroud, but for this is going to be the layout for the short term. In the long term, obviously, it's going to change. You guys know the simple layout that we like to do. But regardless, thank you guys so much for supporting me. Again, we're above 5,000. This video right here takes probably the length of 4 of the other videos. Like, this is a ton of work. So I hope you guys do enjoy it. It is one of my lower performing videos as well, but I think it's the most informative for you guys. So you guys get to get a peek at my draft board. I'm going to be doing draft board videos soon, so keep your eyes tuned for that. Let's go to the stock up, and starting off, we have Tyron Hopper here. The guy's just an absolute beast. He performed well versus Georgia. He performed well versus Florida. The guy's just an absolute monster. He's a menace there at linebacker. He's 224, so it's a little bit of a concern, but I think him as an outside linebacker, edge rushing hybrid would be the best case scenario. Next, we have Quentin Johnston, who's moved up to be my wide receiver 1 of this draft. He's just performing better and better each week. I moved him there for the Kansas game, and then all of a sudden he performed very well again against Oklahoma State, which we all know they like to keep some older DBs, so we know that they have a lot of talent there. So overall, I think he's doing a phenomenal job, and I think that's just wonderful for him. Next, we got Shaw Smith-Wade. So this is one of my guys. Again, 228 is just a placeholder, and you'll see a guy very soon who had a placeholder rating as well take a very big jump. But I really need to see a little bit more from him. But he locked down Jordan Addison. He's been performing very well overall. So I'm a big fan of Shaw Smith-Wade. I think that he very well could be sneaking in to day 2. Next, we have Josh Downs, who performed well versus Duke. He's performed well in multiple weeks before, so I wanted to show him some love and be able to give him a boost, and it's very long overdue. Next, this is the man I was talking about, Jacoby Woodman. Again, if you guys haven't watched already, this is where all my graphics are, so apologies if it looks like I'm looking right over here. But Jacoby Woodman, he played inside linebacker for the first time this year. Obviously, he played it last year and I believe the year before, but he looked absolutely phenomenal. To me, he's linebacker 1 in the class just from his play this past week. So, he was not going to be that highly rated as an edge rusher, probably like an early day 3. But him as a pure linebacker, I legitimately think first round, hands down. And it's very ballsy to say this, but I see shades of Micah Parsons in him. It's really weird to say that because, again, obviously I'm not saying they're equal, but I'm seeing some hints of somebody of that talent level. So keep your eye out on Jacoby Woodman. He is actually really special, and I thoroughly believe he's going to make a big impact at the next level. And yeah, I'm putting my name on that. Next is Manuel Forbes, the Mr. Pick 6 himself. Dude just loves to take it to the house. Had an amazing read versus Kentucky, taking it to the house on a screen. So good for him. Happy to see that a DB at 180 is able to maximize his potential. Next, we got Tuli Tuipulotu. Very big fan of Tuli. He's done a very good job week after week. Again, he had a little bit worse of a week this past week, but that's why I didn't move him above 9 spots. But I had to put him in here because you guys show some respect. Next, I can't put where I'm putting these guys because there's so many of them, but the entire damn Tennessee offense. Darnell Wright performed really well. Hendon Hooker, and then obviously you have Jalen Hyatt, who went absolutely off. So very excited to be able to put some official grades on all these guys, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. All of them are performing very, very well. Next, we got BJ Ojulari, who continues to put up 7 pressure games left, right, and center. This guy's an absolute freak, and he's taken a big step this year. I'm a huge fan of BJ Ojulari. Next, we got some guys to watch. And, you got Cam Ward here. There's a lot of dudes. I promise you, I have a list at least 30 lines long of guys who I wanted to put on here. But I wanted to filter it down to the people where you guys will probably be seeing them week after week. Cam Ward, Byron Young. Also, there's a guy named Tyler Barron who he plays with as well. He's a freaking monster. I'm a huge fan of Tyler Barron. And then Caillou Blue Kelly, who actually did a really good job locking down this past week, allowing, I believe, 0 yards on 2 targets. So again, happy to see Caillou performing well after being embarrassed by Jordan Addison. Again, Cam Ward, I was going to raise him, but this past week was not too bueno. Again, this is, remember, the past 2 weeks. And he performed really well the week before. And Byron Young, I thought he was a true sophomore. It's his second year out of, I think he's coming out of community college. He's 24. That hurts a little bit. But again, phenomenal player. I thoroughly think he deserves a lot of respect. Let's go into the stock down list where I am starting out with Clark Phillips, who got burned. I think it was like 16 targets, like 12 or something, 16 targets. He let up a $150, and that really sucks. I'm pretty sure it's probably against Jordan Addison. I mean, I can't even remember at the moment, but you know, Clark Phillips, I had him in the first, had to drop him down, and if he continues to play like this, it'll go down further. But I don't think it will. I really don't. So next, we got Brian Breesy here. Yeah, he had, I think, a 41 PFF grade, had only 1 pressure this past week. And that's just not going to cut it when there's guys like Miles Murphy. KJ Henry, which I wanted to add in here, had 7 pressures this past week. Like, there's dudes who are producing on this defensive front, and people are saying Brian Breesy's worth a top 10 pick. I'm sorry. If you're not able to produce close to their level, and it's not like they're double teaming Breesy and no one else. I'm sorry. This defensive line is ridiculous. Like, you need to double team everybody. It's a legitimate concern. And I've been on the Brian Breesy non-hype train for a hot minute, and I started getting on the hype train. I think the hype train's starting to cool off. And then ending it off, yeah, we're still going to watch Andre Carter. He's putting up a couple pressures a week, but I really want to see him have that marquee 7 pressure game, like just absolutely take it to the moon. If he doesn't do that, he's certainly going to be falling because he's on this back-to-back weeks. And then Gervon Dexter making his face known here again. Just didn't really perform that well the past week versus LSU. So let me know what you guys think. Obviously a shorter video, but I mean, there are a lot of players. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the far side. Peace.